This week, I'm in Agra. So, as you will have guessed from the title, I'm not actually in Agra. That's not really the Taj Mahal behind me. In fact, it's a green screen. And the cool thing about a green screen is you can use that color, which is not generally found in nature, and drop it out of the scene and just get the silhouette of me, or just me without any background, and you can drop any background behind it. So this week I'm going to do a bit of a tutorial about how to set up your own studio with a green screen on the cheap, and how to edit it in Premiere so it looks really professional, or at least as close to professional as you can get for a few $100. This arrived today, and I know what it is, and I'm excited about this because, well, I'm just going to open it up. I decided that I want to have a bit of a better setup here where I'm filming, and so what I have here is a set of lights and stands and things like that. I actually thought the box would be a lot bigger, so I'm curious to see what these are like and if they're any good. We're just keeping the excitement going. Dear customer, we value your business. All right, there's one. All right, there they are. Now, these are supposed to have umbrellas, lights, and tripods in here. They seem quite small, so let's see what's actually doing. Oh, and clamps. Huh. Well, I've got the clamp. And I have the light. I think it's the same thing in this box. Yep. Clamp and light. I'm not sure. I guess they're sending the umbrella and the umbrellas and the tripod separately, which seems odd. These are definitely not the highest end lights you can get, but they're 1000 watt halogens, and they should be nice and bright. But they, without the umbrellas and the stands, they're a little bit useless, although I could mount this one to my camera, but I was really hoping for more of a full setup. There we are. So it is a few hours later. I contacted the seller on eBay, and he said that he had shipped the lights and the little bracket thingies by the post. He had actually mailed that by post, and he sent this by courier. So I phoned the courier and tracked down the package, and here we are. So let us see. All right. An umbrella. Very bright and white umbrella. Good. I am going to plug this in and give it a shot. Okay, so I have it all hooked up, and we're going to test this thing. Wow. Okay, I'm going to move it around so that it actually will do what it's meant to do, which is light this area. And yeah, actually I might set up both and yeah, try it out. That's a lot brighter for sure. I only have one set up right now. I'm going to set up the other one. I just need to figure out where to put it in the space. I have a friend of mine who might give me a hand with it, who is a professional photographer. And yeah, there are a few more things to come in this episode. So it would be rare for me to wear a sweater without a shirt, but it's bright red, and that means that I have a contrast to the color here. Now I know that as I move, you'll see my shadows are going to throw it off. But if I stay forward with the lights back the way they are, okay, so my hands have to stay within this width here, because over here my hands will be cut out from the crop, and over here they will be too. So as long as I keep my hands and my movements within this area, I should be fine. And I will do the tutorial a little later because after doing this for a while, I'm blank for anything to say. But anyway, this looks like a good setup. We're going to check it out in Premiere and see if this screen actually works the way we hope it does. So I realized that I actually need to mount the screen, put that down, horizontally instead of vertically, because what was happening was, to get the screen to work, you have to have a bit of a depth of field in between me and the screen. So otherwise you see the detail in this screen, and all the variance will mean that it can't actually isolate that color out. So if I'm closer to the camera and the screen's farther back, then what you end up having is the back screen gets blurred and you get a constant green. Problem is, if I stretch out my arms, I'm away from the screen. It's a 4x8, and I'm not 8 feet tall, so I don't actually need it to run this way. I'm going to run it horizontally. So what I've got is these brackets, and I'm going to mount them to the wood here on the windowsill, and then I can place the screen into these two brackets, one on either side, and have it lean against the windows, and it should give me a nice sort of temporary and easily movable setup. So that's the plan. I've got my drill, and I'll get started on that. So the first thing you need, obviously, is a green screen. In my case, this is like a budget green screen bought off eBay to do like a proof of concept, see if you can actually do decent green screening work with something that's cheap like this. I think I paid about the equivalent of like $7 for it. It's huge. It's 8x12. It didn't come with a board. You'll see I did some video of it, but I first tried to mount the screen up above here and hang it. It's meant to hang like a curtain, but I couldn't get the wrinkles out and could never get an effective looking green screen effect going on. There were too many differences in the colors and the brightnesses, and it was too much variation. You really need that nice uniform green. So what I ended up doing is I went in and bought this 4x8 foot board of MDF and stretched the green screen around it with a friend of mine, and I've captured that on video as well, of us basically stretching and using packing tape, just this stuff, a roll of clear packing tape, and attaching the green screen with that. We didn't want to use staples. I thought to use a staple gun initially, but the staples, first of all, I didn't know how they'd react with the MDF. And the other thing is, because it's such a cheap screen, I thought it would create holes and could possibly rip it, which would lead to a whole bunch of other problems. So tape seemed to work. The other thing you really need, the crucial for green screen, is good lighting. And we played with the lighting for like 2 days, figuring out what would actually work. What I settled on were these lights that I had bought, and you'll see me unpacking them in this video also. I'll just go to the camera and pan around a bit and show you. So these are the lights I bought. I picked up 2 with the stands and lights, umbrellas, brackets, everything for about $100. So definitely very reasonable for someone wanting to set up their own studio. I'm just trying to center the green screen now in the frame. So all in all, a fun experience. But then once you've captured the video, even with all the perfect conditions, It then comes to how you actually edit it and how you use they used to be called chroma keys in Premiere, now they're called color keys or ultra keys. And so how we use the color keys to actually get an effective green screen effect, and so that you get to see the motion that you're seeing right now on this screen. Step one is you have to open Premiere, create a new project, and drag this video into it. Once you have that, put this video on the timeline in the second track or third, whatever, but you want to leave one track below it for the content that we're going to be putting behind me. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the effects panel down in the bottom left, and we're going to scroll down to video effects, and in video effects there's a section called keying. So we're going to go into that keying section and drag the color key over to this track that I'm talking in. And now you click on that track and you'll see in the effects control tab you will have a series of like opacity and rotation and all of that. Down at the bottom you'll see color key. So scroll down a bit and you'll see the little eyedropper icon. So you click the eyedropper and now click anywhere behind me, like here or anywhere. And you'll see within the little square beside the eyedropper, you now have the green. So below that, you have a tolerance thing and a threshold, a few things. Play with the tolerance and bring it up to whatever is really needed. Generally, I find around 30 is about the most you can do before it'll start affecting other things in the scene, because that's green screen is also reflecting green light. And so if I were to put on my glasses, you'd get green shadows in my glasses, which would then become invisible. So just play with the tolerance and see what it needs to be. And the other thing is, even if part of the scene is done in that color, the lower part, because there will be some random shadows, it might be a slightly different color. So you can pull another color key in, and in the same way take the eyedropper of the second color key and select somewhere lower, like around here, and then again adjust the tolerance. You just want to balance them, and you also have an edge feathering effect which will soften these sharp edges, and you can play with that a bit and you should be able to achieve a workable green screen effect. Obviously there are other keyings and things like that that will make it smoother and all of that, but this is really quick and easy, and then you can have whatever video you want behind me. So now we go from this screen, and now I'm going to bring in an image. So I have this static image. Now you will have seen that the image on the track below the track that my video is on is actually coming through in the areas that were once green. But now, what would be more interesting is if we could put some video here. Because as nice as static scene is, you might want some life behind the scene. So now I'm going to drag some stock video that I had shot, at some point, and I'm going to put that onto the track below me. And now is when it starts getting interesting. So you can have animations, you can have videos, you can put anything behind here. And then any effects that you do or any overlays that you do on higher tracks will affect both me and the content behind me. So it gives you a tremendous amount of flexibility, and yeah, it's fun to play around with. So I urge you to check it out. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial on setting up your own green screen and setting up the lights and getting it to all come together in Premiere to do your own special effects at home. It's been fun making it. It's been about a week of setting up and adjusting and playing with it, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. And if you did and you want to see more videos like this, click like in the on the video and leave a comment and let me know what you thought about it. And please subscribe and tune in next time for another episode of J-Vlog.